Hello everyone, this is a reading with me. I hope you are doing well. This is for all star signs. If you are here, hello and welcome. I feel like it is a sign that there are messages for you. And we will have a look and see what's coming through. If you wanted to win a free reading with me, check out the description box below since I do giveaways every single month. Personal services are also listed down below as well. I offer lots of different services like tarot readings to answer questions you have. There's also the black magic energy removal, protection ritual, and rituals for love, money, marriage success, home protection. There's also business success, business protection, career, etc. So it's all there for manifesting, a specific person you love, things like that. So everything is always there for your convenience. There's also intention items as well on my website, which are handmade items which are meditated with and saged. Thousands of 5-star reviews at the bottom of my website, shopmoonlightguidance.com. There's bracelets, necklaces, sage bundles, candles, teas, and so much more. So definitely check it out if you're interested. And we will begin with this reading. Okay, so let's see what's coming through. Which card deck should I use? I'm going to use the first ever deck that I ever used on my channel, ever. We go back in time. It's the first ever deck that I got to the point where I actually wrote numbers on top of the Roman numerals, because back then I was not very good at Roman numerals. So you'll see that some of the cards have numbers on it and some of them don't, because they rubbed off because of how much I've used this card deck, but it just really takes me back, Okay. So I feel like you've been facing and have faced a lot of stress and anxiety in certain situations, especially from what we see here. So you can see how the numbers have sort of rubbed off. But what I see is that you've really been in situations that have not been nice and not been kind to you at all. Some of you are still stuck in these kinds of situations where you are being literally treated like you do not even exist. And I have to say, it's really, really sad. Some of you have been putting people first who would not even put you first. Some of you have been running and chasing after people who literally pretend like you don't exist and are just so busy sort of doing whatever they want, and they just don't, they just want to do whatever they want. And the Nine of Swords shows that it then causes you so much pain and so much sadness and frustration, and you feel like you're hitting your head against a brick wall trying to figure out, like, why is that happening to me? Like, why am I running after people who are not willing to do the same thing for me, and then I'm getting sad and upset about it? And the thing about that is because you're letting yourself do that despite the fact that they're not mutual towards you. This is going to be, in essence, a reading where I'm going to explain a lot of these things to you, and it can be triggering, it can be frustrating, it can be quite emotional, but I do actually think that some really good things are going to come your way. And the thing here, especially with the Nine of Swords, is you feel frustrated, you feel sad that people have hurt you and constantly frustrated you despite telling you the kinds of things that you want to hear, right? Like, they may have been like, you are such an amazing person, I do want you in my life, I do care about you, and then all of a sudden they just disappear. Like, what happened there? Okay, especially with the Hierophant and the Magician, you felt like they said everything you ever wanted to hear. You felt like they told you things that you wanted to be told. You feel like, how can you say one thing and suddenly just do the complete opposite? Excuse me, hello, that's not how life works. Hello. And you just feel really, really confused. And that's what I see with the Hierophant and the Magician, is you just feel so incredibly confused. Like, what and how and who and why and what. It just gets to you and it frustrates you and it upsets you. Okay? And what I see here is that there are better scenarios here. Okay? Because what I see is that this person has treated you really badly. They've treated you badly because of things that they have been through in their past. Okay? They've treated you badly because someone has treated them badly and then projected their pain onto your person who had treated you badly, and then your person treated you badly. And it can become a cycle where then you also have this trauma from what they've done onto you that you then project onto another person, and we want to stop it right there. Okay? We want to stop it right there because I don't think it's healthy for it to influence and affect your life to the degree that it could. I think that you're also very spiritually smart, and you're someone that always loves to learn and grow. And I think that's honestly one of the most incredible things about you in terms of your own personal superpower, is that you're always willing to learn and grow and become a stronger, bigger, better person. And that's beautiful. What I see here, okay, is the way that you have been treated by other people, whether it's romantic, whether it's in the world of work or other kinds of relationships or friends, is that you've been treated badly because other people have treated those people badly. And it's sort of been this cycle, and then it sort of comes down to you, and you're like, I'm going to put an end to this. Okay, I'm not going to let it deter me from living a good life. Because when you do that, everything for your highest good is going to start coming together. Okay, when you don't let what they've done onto you become the reason why then you do that onto others. Because I'm not saying that you are going to do that to others, but a lot of the times, believe it or not, okay, the ones that have been abused can end up becoming the abusers. I know that sounds really triggering, but it is true to a degree for many, many people, where they've been really hurt, they've been really abused, and then they actually end up hurting other people. And then it can become a cycle that spirals. And I just feel here that you will not let it get to that point. You will not let it get to that point where you start hurting other people based on how other people have hurt you. I really feel that you will take matters into your own hands, especially with the Magician. You will go through a period of time where you feel frustrated, you feel upset, you feel sad, you feel confused, you feel hurt, but then you will not constantly live that out in your mind for years to come. Okay? Some of you may have lived that out in your mind for years to come, but not everybody. And you will get to a point where you just think to yourself, I'm sick and tired of feeling like this. I'm sick and tired of going around in circles where I keep attracting the wrong kinds of people into my life. I want the right kinds of people. And this is not to say that those people can't improve and change and grow and become better people. What I'm trying to say here is that for as long as you keep allowing this kind of behavior into your life, that cycle doesn't break. You will continue to attract people into your life who don't treat you well, who treat you like you don't matter, that will treat you like you let them treat you, unfortunately, and very, very sadly. So we need to break that cycle. How do we break that cycle? That cycle first and foremost comes with staying on your path for yourself. King of Cups is very important, knowing what you deserve. What do you deserve? Well, first and foremost, you don't deserve this, right? Which means putting in very strong and healthy boundaries towards people that treat you like that. Saying to them, I don't like being talked to like this. I don't want to be disrespected like this. I don't deserve you calling me this, this, and this. And I also don't just deserve the kind of behavior that you put towards me. That is your first boundary. Okay? Your second one here is also not worrying whether they leave your life or not. A lot of people accept very, very little because they're so scared that those people will go from their life. But what they don't realize is that by them holding on to that attachment, they never allow that person to grow. What you end up doing is you start accepting so little because you think you cannot have more. That is the greatest problem. Because the minute you think you cannot have more, you will accept crumbs. You don't deserve crumbs, you deserve the entire banquet. And when you deserve an entire banquet and you're accepting crumbs, you're giving the wrong message. Not just to the people around you, but the entire universe. The universe is going to get freaking confused, okay? We don't really want to confuse the universe because, the universe has got your back. And you might not think that the universe has your back, but the universe does have your back, okay? So the first thing is having those really strong, healthy boundaries. The second thing is not worrying if someone's going to randomly leave your life when you suddenly put up a healthy boundary. Because you know what? It creates room and it creates space for your cycle to break to then have the right people come into your life. And yes, you know what? That person could grow, they could become stronger, they could become much more mature and enter back into your life. Or you will get better people come into your life and it won't matter at the end of the day regardless. Because your good karma will come your way. Better people, better relationships, better situations will unfold for you. And you won't actually then miss that because you will be stronger. You will literally, when you break the cycle and you have strong boundaries, you will become a stronger version of yourself. You're not going to be the same person that was attracting, this. And you're not going to be the same kind of person that accepts crumbs. You're going to become a much more mature person. And when you become that, this isn't going to become attractive to you anyways. You'll be like, oh my gosh, what was I thinking? You'll be like, oh my God, what was I really thinking? You might not think that right now, but in the future, when you have grown and you have evolved and you have those boundaries and better people come your way, you'll be like, what was I really thinking? Holding on to that, walking on eggshells for people that never even cared, you know. And it's triggering. I know it is, because some of you are in situations where you literally get treated like trash. You really do. But then you think to yourself, like, oh no, if I move on from that, like, nothing good will ever come. And that's the problem. That sentence there is the problem, because you will have better, you will feel better, you will get better, you will have better people come your way. But the problem here is that you don't believe it, and so you hold on to these kinds of people whilst also telling the universe, like, oh, but I need stability, I need better people, I need more. And then you hold on to that, and the universe is like, well, honey, you got to create some room on your plate for some honey to attract the kind of energy that you actually want. You know, I can't just like put it onto an already full plate. It's going to literally ruin everything. You need to create space for it to be. Okay? Strong boundaries, but also the belief that if somebody walks away, it is okay. Very, very important. The thing here is that you are destined for stability and security, but some of you are really scared of being by yourself. Do not ever be scared of being by yourself. The most valuable person that you have in your life is you. Okay? Do not ever be scared of being by yourself or being yourself. Ever. The greatest gift that you have is you. You've got you. Okay? And having a companion or wanting a companion, there's nothing wrong with that. Of course, you will look into that as well. But when you are so far from yourself and you accept crumbs, when you know you deserve so much more, that becomes a problem. Then you are much better off being by yourself, okay? Because it starts to mess with your nervous system, which can start to mess with your health, especially if you are around people that literally cause chaos in your life and emotionally frustrate you. You start messing with your health, you start messing with yourself, and you start messing with your mind, and it can cause issues and problems that take time to reverse or time to heal, and that puts you back. And it's just one of those things where you will become stronger, okay? You will become stronger. You will learn, you will grow, you will feel better. But the main thing here, especially with the Hierophant, is you will have a very, very healthy, loving relationship. And it will happen for you, okay? The universe is there for you. But you also have to you have to communicate properly with the universe, okay? I'm sorry. I feel like this is such a blunt reading. And the thing is, right, it's very triggering reading. I'm going to have to put a trigger warning into this. But the main thing here is that you are going to have so much love and so much happiness and so much joy, especially with the Two of Cups. Like, there's no doubt in my mind that that won't happen for you, because it will. The Two of Cups is absolutely stunning. Like, the Two of Cups literally shows that there is a person here who is going to be able to commit to you and give you exactly what you want. Think of exactly what you want. I want you to grab a piece of paper, okay, and a pen, or a pencil, or a crayon, or whatever you have around you. And I want you to make a list, okay, of all of those qualities that you look for in a person that you want in your life as a companion. Make a list of all of the things that you actually want from a person, things that make you feel good. And now compare it to the people that either you are around or you were around. And think to yourself, does it add up? And I'm not just talking companion, it could be, you know, the kinds of people in general you want to be around, whether they are supportive and kind and respectful, even in regards to work or, you know, family and friends. Make a list of how you want to be treated by others and think to yourself, well, that person over there, does that person treat me the way that I want to be treated? Do I need to create boundaries with that person? Is this person actually making me attract more negative people? Because yes, your energy can get infiltrated by others. It can. The other thing here is also physical intimacy. Okay, if you are physically intimate with someone who is emotionally unavailable, guess what happens? Those energies actually merge. Those energies mix. Those energies infiltrate your energy. Okay, same thing when you are having a conversation with a person. Energies are merging, but in a physical way, in terms of physical intimacy, they merge on a deeper level. So it's also important to understand that as well, is that the people you are around and the people you accept, they infiltrate your energy in different ways. And that can make it really hard to break the cycle, especially if these people are negative in your life, okay? If they are positive, then it only further lifts you up, creates better circumstances, things in your life get better. But the minute you are around extremely negative people, it will drag you down. It will be depleting you of your vital energy. It will deplete you of your happiness, your joy, the things that you want. It will be like chaos, and it will not feel good, trust me. So be mindful of who you have around you and if they are mutual towards you. I always feel like one of the best things in life is to have people around you who mutually care about you. Okay, because yes, you can love people more than you love yourself, but my gosh, does that create trust issues and problems? And, you know, if you, for example, have a friend who only ever calls you when all their other friends are busy, and they only ever hang out with you when no one else is there to hang out with them, then we have a bit of a problem. You know, these are not people that are completely mutual towards you. They haven't always got your back. You know, if you feel like there's a friend who says all the right things, but behind your back is just not saying the right things, or not the right things, but not saying good things about you, or is talking badly about you behind your back, you have to consider things. Because again, that person is infiltrating, taking away your energy. Make your own judgments, okay? Make your judgments. Choose who you are around. The most powerful person at the end of the day is if you feel like you have nobody good around you, guess what? You've got yourself, and there is nothing wrong with that. You've got entertainment, okay? You're never really alone. I mean, you can watch films, you can watch movies, you can watch YouTube, you can watch Moonlight Guidance, you can watch listen to podcasts, you can listen to, you know, you've got entertainment to sort of keep you busy as well. And yes, you will have a companion, okay? You will have better people around you. I'm not saying that you're going to be like a loner for life. I'm not at all saying that in any way, shape or form. But right now, whilst you are deciding and looking at who is good for you and who is good to be around you, okay, you've got yourself, and that's powerful. Do not ever be afraid of just being by yourself. But at the same time, the more confident you are within yourself, the right people come your way, because your vibrational energy is then uplifted, and that allows the right people to come into your life. But yeah, you know, you can always do fun things for yourself and go places and, you know, go for a walk by yourself. Or I'm sure, you know, even if you have a friend, like, you know, go with them. But the thing here is that please don't accept less than you deserve. End of story. It's not worth it. You know why it's not worth it? Because you might think, oh yeah, but at least I've got some company. That person will infiltrate your energy. And you might not realize for a couple of months, but then after a while you will be depleted of your energy, and then you will want to have their energy. Why? Because they've got your energy. You recognize a part of yourself in them because they've actually taken away your energy. And that's also very common with physical intimacy. And then when people go through breakups, they just can't like deal with it, or, you know, and I'm not just talking like physical intimacy in terms of like the sexual side. I'm also talking about like holding hands, things like that. They've got your energy. You have that sort of recognition that, oh my God, there's a part of me that's missing, and that's because you've given part of your energy to them, and then you're running and chasing after them. That's also something that happens. So we go to the King of Swords. The main thing I will say here is it's not worth it, okay? It's not worth chasing after things that are not mutual towards you. That's why I always say, like, put energy towards yourself, focus on yourself, only give others as much as they give you, because then you can see how much they also do towards you. You can see whether they actually make more of an effort towards you, and then you can increase more of what you do, or you can you know, put energy towards the things that you love doing. Hello, you know. And if you don't have that motivation, for example, if you're thinking like, I don't know about Moonlight, I don't know if I want to go to the gym, I don't know if I really want to, you know, do that for myself, I got you, okay? I'm literally here. You got this. Go there, have a great workout, have a great time watching that film, have a great time listening to that podcast, have a great time listening to my videos, whatever it is that you choose to do. Have a great time going for a walk. You know, I think that actually is really beautiful because you get to go into nature. Nature can uplift your heart chakra. Okay, I highly recommend that actually. Maybe don't watch my videos and maybe go for a walk instead. I'm a great ambassador for that, you know, walking. I think it's great. I love walking as well, to be honest. It's my favourite pastime activity, aside from reading. Anyways, so I think you should do something really lovely for yourself. Other thing here as well is the Knight of Swords and the Four of Swords shows that when you are at peace, okay, with the people that you have put healthy boundaries with. Now, you don't have to like tell them like, oh, you're so rude and you treat me like dirt and blah blah blah. All you have to do is just simply say to them that you don't deserve to be treated in the way that you get treated. It's just about being diplomatic and not angry. Okay, the more angry you get, the more you are putting onto someone your own personal pain and stuff from the past, which actually you have to resolve. When you say things in a diplomatic manner, it can actually be reverse psychology, in the sense that it can actually enter and penetrate into their soul a little bit more, if that makes sense. But when you become angry, it just makes people very resistant. Okay, so try not to be angry when putting in healthy boundaries. Healthy boundaries doesn't mean that you have to like be like that. You can literally just say like, oh, you know, I just wanted to be spoken to in a better manner. I just want to be respected a bit more. You know, I was wondering if we can just allow things to be a bit more mutual. And you know, it's just explaining things in that way. And if they don't really respect you, well, then you have an answer. Do they really then deserve to be in your life? That's the question you've got to ask yourself. So you know, when you're at peace with how you've set healthy boundaries and you don't care whether people walk in or out of your life, when you are at peace within yourself, that is when everything absolutely changes for you. Okay, and this is what I know that you want to know about. You want to know what great amazing changes are going to come into your life, and I am going to tell you that. First and foremost, you will be spiritually so much more uplifted. For a period of time you may be sad and you may be frustrated that you're a little bit more by yourself and that you don't really have the people that you had before, and you can feel a little bit lonely because you can have the fear of missing out. But also remember that you've sort of had energy ties to people. You've sort of been giving them your energy in ways, and so you recognize that part of your energy is with them. But actually, as you start to focus more on yourself and uplift your energies, you will naturally spiritually gather your energy back. But the more you chase after them and the more, you know, you do that, the more you're just giving them your energy again. So if for a period of time you can feel like things are going backwards, but actually it's only you going forwards. It's like the bow and the arrow. Okay, things go backwards only to shoot further forwards. That's very important. So you will become spiritually more enlightened and stronger to realize truly what you deserve. And then I really feel here that there's a much better person coming your way, especially with the lovers. There is a mutual energy here, and it will just make you, honestly, the past will just kind of get washed away as time progresses by. Time is your greatest healer here, especially in regards to people that have walked away from you. You will just eventually one day wake up and be like, oh, do you know what? Whatever. Sun is shining. I feel good. And you'll have better people around you as well, who will be so validating and understanding and loving towards you and respectful. I definitely see a really good friend around you. I also see someone like a mother figure around you. It could be an aunt, it could be a grandmother, it could be an older sister, an older relative. It could even be someone in regards to work who just has that sort of motherly energy, or a friend who's much older. But there's someone older here who is a female, who comes across and is just very nurturing towards you and very caring. It could literally be, you know, a mother as well. As in, could be your mother, but, you know, if you don't have your mother around, it could be like a mother figure. So we've got Devil, Knight of Pentacles, Five of Cups. Yeah, I've spoken about the other card. You know, there's a sense here of you being able to let go of your past cycles, okay, especially with the Devil. And you know, yeah, you'll feel frustrated for a period of time, but then boom, this is where it all starts to change. We've got the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, I'm going to use another card deck since I've pretty much used quite a lot of those cards. Let's get some. Yeah, so it will start slow. First and foremost, I feel here that there is a really lovely friend that sort of comes in and is really fun. Like, you get to know this friend. They seem to be very kind, very caring, very optimistic. They love doing very similar things to you, and you just start to feel really uplifted and very fun. And then you will also be able to talk to this person in regards to some of you may already have this friend in your life, but you will be able to talk to them about heartbreak and sadness, and you will just feel like, oh wow, you've been through it too. And you will feel like someone actually understands you and gets you, and they will be very understanding and open and caring, and you will just feel like, wow, you're just like me, I'm not alone. And that's your first hint at which you will feel like, wow, I'm not alone. And you know what, putting in those healthy boundaries was a good idea. Okay, for a period of time, yes, you will sort of be by yourself, but boom, you will start to feel that more better opportunities come your way. In terms of your career, I definitely see that there is a lovely career opportunity that comes your way. It's something that you've worked really hard for. It's something that you've been working very hard for, and it is something that is going to come together and just give you so much incredible amounts of joy. You will start to feel really uplifted. You will start to feel really fulfilled and motivated and strong in that aspect. Oh wow, this might be a bit triggering. You're going to have so much success in the future that everything that you went through in the past with rejection and people literally treating you like you don't exist isn't going to matter. That's triggering, isn't it? It is triggering because right now many of you care about people around you who literally do nothing towards you. I know, it sounds a little strange, doesn't it, when I say it like that, because you might be thinking to yourself, wow, why do I care so much about these kinds of people? But it's true. Some of you here care so much, okay, about someone who's like literally doing nothing towards you. But you can't somehow let it go. You can't somehow focus on other things. But in the future, it's not even going to matter. Right now, you're putting time and energy into people that don't do things towards you mutually, but instead, in the future, you'll think to yourself, I wish I put that time to myself. I wish I did things for myself that I enjoyed. I wish I lived my life and I did things that I actually enjoyed. And you will be like, oh my God, I can't believe I actually didn't do that. Yeah. And that's a reflection that I see here from your side. You know, this is the time now for you to work on your goals and your dreams, for you to do things. Stay open, of course, to opportunities. But what I'm trying to say is that even if you go on dates and you haven't resolved past traumas and pain and sadness from the past, you will keep attracting the wrong kinds of people into your life, and the right kinds of people will always be pending. What you have to do is live your life right now for you. Okay, if you're just constantly waiting and you haven't healed past things, you will keep attracting the wrong people. What I see is that in the future you will absolutely break that cycle. For some of you, in the near future, you are going to be on that path where you will think to yourself, you know what, oh my God, no, I don't want that. I want what's for my highest good. I'm going to walk down that path and I am going to live my life and do what's best for me. I'm going to detach and put myself first, because detachment is the key to the law of attraction, as many of you probably already know because I talk about it in every single video. Law of attraction is about knowing what you want and then being okay without it, you know? So it's really about knowing what you want, but then making peace with where you are right now in your life and accepting what you deserve, okay? Accepting what you feel is right and working hard towards your goals and your dreams. I think that's really, really important, okay? It's different in the context of a job, because some of you might be like, well, I know what I deserve. I deserve a 6-figure salary job and I'm not going to stop until I get that. What I'm trying to say is that remember that when you even get a job that may not be exactly what your goal is, that career is giving something to you, right? It's giving you experience, it's giving you something. It's different in a relationship where if you're trying to chase after someone who's like literally doing nothing towards you, you know what I mean? It's different in that circumstance. With a career, you can always grow, you can always evolve, you are learning and you are growing, and they're giving you the opportunity to have that career. So it's different, okay? Very, very different. You can grow and go up the ladder. So in that kind of circumstance, it's not just about like, oh, I'm going to only accept this because that's what I, want. It's also about knowing that there is a learning curve to that as well, and that it's actually giving you something, even though it may not be completely 100% what you want. You will learn and you will grow and you will get to, the career aspect is a little bit different, but basically I do see that you will have a lot of money in terms of your career and a lot of success. Many of you are sort of going to go up the ladder and have a lot more success. What I see mainly is that in the future, especially in regards to personal relationships and love and things like that, especially where you have not been treated very well, the most important thing that I see here, okay, is the minute you start to know exactly what you deserve and you don't accept less than what you deserve, what I see is major changes happening, okay? 8 of Wands, major changes in the sense that there is so much more abundance and happiness and joy and fulfillment that is going to come your way. You are going to find that people are much more emotionally understanding towards you and respectful towards you. You will start to feel like people actually care about you as a human being and they want to spend time with you because they actually want to know how you are and what you're doing, rather than just turning up and then pretending like you don't even exist, or not inviting you to places because their other friends are free, so why would they want to then hang around with you? No. These are better people for you, stronger people, understanding people, caring people, kind people, like generous and genuine people as well, from what I'm picking up on here. So the main thing that I see here, also with the 4 of Wands, is in the future, I'm more so speaking like 4 years from now, none of this is really going to matter, okay? Some of the people that you are speaking to who are super rude to you and very, very horrible to you are not even going to matter. Try not to let it take up all of your mind space and your energy, and the fact that they are the only people around you. It's a little bit like when people say, like, you know what, just work hard in high school. Those people aren't going to matter in 20 years time from now. It's not to say that those people don't have souls and don't have energies and that we should be nice to them or anything, but it's about knowing that in 20 years time, if someone calls you a horrible word or a horrible name, obviously it's not nice, but then 20 years from now, that person probably isn't going to be in your life anyways, you know, they will kind of be doing something else. You may not even keep in contact, like, you know, it's not going to matter to such a degree as the amount of importance you give them right now if you're in school, you know what I mean, and they are around you, because the chances of that happening are very, very low. And it's very similar as well, like most of the people that you are in school with, you may not know all of them when you're older, right? You might know some of them, but you might not know all of them. And that's really the thing that I see here, is that a lot of the experiences you're going through right now, in 4 years' time, a lot of it won't matter, because you will have moved on and forward towards things that are better and healthier for you. And you know what, some of these people can grow and change and evolve and come back into your life, yes, but I also see better people, better friends, okay? I also see here as well with Temperance, just better situations, to be honest. I don't even know how to describe that, but just more fulfilling connections, relationships. I also see here as well, more money is going to come your way. So financially, you'll be in a better situation than you are in right now, and you will have outgrown half of these people that you were entertaining who literally couldn't care less. You know, in terms of communicating with you, because they're just all wrapped up in their own world and wanting to do whatever they want to do. And the truth of the matter here is that when you're going to be more successful, and they will not, you won't even recognize some of these people in the future, because you'll think to yourself, wow, I've grown so much, I've become so much stronger, and quite clearly I'm not really as interested anymore. And that's what I see, you know, that's what I have here. You'll just kind of think to yourself like, am I really interested in this? Does this really matter to me? I'm like daydreaming now. It's just I think more proactive people will come into your life, you know, who really respect you, respect your boundaries, that are much more loving towards you, much more kinder towards you, also much more stable as well. Like, these are people that also have stability as well. They aren't always blaming other people in their life for problems, you know. They're not always like, oh, this person did this or this. No, they just won't. They won't cause problems, and they won't cause challenges, and they won't be rude, and they won't be abrupt, because they are mature to your level. And those are the kinds of people I see coming your way. If you have friends around you that are really, really immature, I really don't feel like that's the kind of people that you're going to be around for a long period of time, because they're just going to take away your energy. Remember what I mentioned about energy? Did you know, actually, in terms of energy as well, that a lot of people, right, shake hands. Did you know that when you shake a person's hand, you actually give some of your energy to that person? And that is why in countries like India, and also other countries as well, this is the greeting. Yes, this is the greeting. Keeping your hands to yourself. I'm not saying that you should never shake somebody else's hand, but that just reminded me of, like, you know, the energy exchange. I was just like, that's really interesting, isn't it? Like, there they do this, and even, you know, the like virus and everything, like, people wouldn't like touch hands or stuff like that. They would just like do other gestures, like elbows to elbows and this, and yeah. Anyways, so that's just something I was randomly thinking of. But be careful of how many people you pass your energy to. That's why a lot of people really believe in having a small circle, not like a huge circle, because it's a lot, right? And not everyone is always genuine. A smaller circle here is definitely something I see for you, where you have probably about 4 to 6 close friends. For some of you, maybe 4, for some of you 6, but nothing more than that, because it's a lot. You know, it doesn't mean that you can't know more than that many people, but in terms of like close friends, you know, because then it's just I just think it's nicer for you, especially because you can really build a bond that is strong with each person, but not have, you know, people gossiping and drama and all that kind of stuff. So anyways, 9 of Pentacles, 2 of Pentacles, financially you will be very stable, much more stable than you are right now. Your finances will for sure get even stronger. 9 times stronger. Whatever that means, 9 times stronger is what I really felt. It's quite a lot when you think about it, 9 times. Well, that's quite good, I think. Okay. We've also got here the 4 of Pentacles, which I spoke about, people that are around you with a lot of stability, people that are very proactive. I just feel here that the Emperor is you just honestly getting on with things. Also, by the way, the Moon really shows that you will have a renewed sense of energy. Now, what does that mean? It means that you will feel stronger within the choices and the decisions that you make. You will feel... you may feel emotional when there's like a full moon or a new moon. That's very, very common. There's nothing necessarily to worry about. But you will start to feel as though in certain full moon cycles that you are kind of releasing and moving forward. So that's the other thing as well, is that if you feel emotional when there is a full moon or a new moon, then it means that you are indirectly sort of purging out and releasing. And a way in which you might be doing that is through feeling emotionally frustrated, or even... you might even be crying or feeling quite overwhelmed, you know. So that is something that I really am picking up on here from what I am seeing. It's definitely a heavy reading. This is one reading where if you really cannot handle triggering things and things like that, it's going to be a difficult one. But there is a silver lining to this, okay? And the silver lining here is that there's so much better things coming your way. Like, honestly, there's so much more coming your way that I think you can't imagine it yet, but when it comes into your life, you'll be like, oh my god. That's the only way I can describe it, okay? It really is. You'll be like, oh my god. Right, so let's get these cards. It's literally what I just said, isn't it? Wow, okay, so here we go. We have here envelope, unfolding, surprise. That's literally what I said, right? When it comes, you'll be like, oh my god. Your life is a surprise. The only thing here is that right now you are around people who are doing literally nothing for you. And that is just making you attract more people who are doing nothing for you. And because of that, you feel frustrated, you feel emotional, you feel stressed, you feel sad. You're wondering, why am I just having people around me who do like nothing for me, mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually? And it frustrates you, even financially, right? And that's because you let these people be in your life. And you haven't created those healthy, strong boundaries with them. Let me tell you one thing, the minute you create healthy, strong boundaries with them and you really trust yourself and you trust, you know, you as yourself, and you are okay within yourself, because listen, by putting in healthy boundaries, you may lose a few people here and there, but at the grand, like I mentioned, the grand scheme of things is not going to matter, right? All these things are not going to matter. You will have a beautiful unfolding surprise because the universe will give you what you really, really want. And what is this? Well, first and foremost, we've got here Dove. Peace, serenity. You will have more peace in your life, okay? Because you won't have so much gossip and drama and rude, abrupt people that make up stories about you and make you feel like you are a certain way when you're actually not, and you're just like, what? Where did that come from? You will have genuine peace. You will feel like a weight is lifted off your shoulder. You will also then start to regain your energy back from people that you were like sort of wanting energy from. Eventually you will feel so much peace in your life that you'll be like, whoa, didn't think I could feel like this, but here I am. We've got here mountain, challenges and achievements, okay? You will scale that mountain. You will get to that summit, okay? You will get to a place of success. But to get there is difficult, right? What does it take? It takes setting healthy boundaries. It takes certain people walking away from you, which at the end of the day, that's not really a loss when you think about it. It's actually a gain in the grand scheme of things because you get better. But also achievements, right? You will have better achievements. You will have more success in your finances. You will have better relationships with people around you. You will have a better companion. You will also have, as in when I say better companion, you will have like someone who's like truly there for you and has like really, you know, learned and become stronger. But also you will have, okay, just everything that you've ever wanted, but to get there requires you to let go of things that you feel right now are too difficult to let go of. But you will, okay, in time, when you feel ready and you feel like, you know what, this is the right time for me, Moonlight, you will naturally let go of those things and you will be okay without those things. And when you are so detached to the point where you're just like, you know what, I got myself, like I mentioned, that's when these achievements and everything will start to come together. I mean, for a period of time, you'll be by yourself and you'll be like, is anything really going to happen? And then, you know, after a while, things will happen and you'll be like, whoa, it actually happened. So there's that. Then we've got here rabbits. So we've got pregnancy and fears. So I do feel here in many ways that if you want family, if you want children, it is definitely something that is here. The one thing that can sort of block this from happening is your fear of feeling like you can't have better, and then it blocking the fact that the right person doesn't come your way. You know what I mean? Like, it's one of those things where fear can actually block a lot of those abundant things that you are destined to have in your life that then don't come into your life because you're too fearful of the fact of it. Does that make sense? Like, a lot of you are very, very fearful that certain good things could come into your life, and then that actually blocks it from happening. So main thing here is do not be fearful. Do not be stressed. If some of you are trying to have a child and you're wondering, like, why isn't it happening? You may be very stressed, okay? You may be very stressed, and you may, that fear, okay, and stress can actually slow things down as well, okay? So try to relax. Also try and detach. You know how a lot of people actually end up having children when they feel like they can't have children, or when they're told they can't have children. They actually end up having children when they just accept that, you know what, it's okay, like with or without a child, I will be okay. And then boom, they find out they're having a child. Why? Because they are detached. They sort of worked with the law of attraction, and also they are less stressed, and they just are accepting, and then boom, it happens. So that's another thing to keep in mind. The other thing here as well that we have is old woman. So we have sadness and female. I feel like there is an old woman here who really does worry about you a lot in their life. This old woman really wants you to have a lot of happiness and joy, and feel sad when you are sad, and that's something that I am picking up on. Now, this person can be an ancestor or a spirit guide. It can be someone who's passed away who you may have been close to, but I just feel like this old woman gets really sad with the kinds of people that you have in your life, and this person is also guiding you to realize your worth and your self-worth and your self-confidence, and to recognize that you deserve so much better. So that is something that I am picking up on from this female. Okay, it can be a person who's physically in your life or someone who has departed. The other thing as well is that if you find it really, really hard to set healthy boundaries and goals and to feel confident within yourself, I would highly recommend, there are rituals that I do offer in regards to that. So I offer the shadow work healing, which really helps with healing, pain, trauma, you know, and things like that, but also does help with boundaries as well. That can really help. It also helps with detachment, which is a key to the law of attraction, to kind of put you on the right path towards the abundance that you will, you know, that you have here. But also solar plexus chakra cleanse helps with stress, anxiety, it helps with self-confidence issues, self-esteem, self-worth, to really uplift that energy and to regain a lot of that energy, which can really help you. So those two are really powerful, but there's also lots of other rituals for different areas of your life, for like love and money and manifesting a specific person, or manifesting love for your highest good, marriage, etc. So everything, you know, is always on my website, shopmoonlightguidance.com, and linked down below. But yeah, this female is really guiding you towards abundance, because this female really wants the best for you and wants you to feel happy and wants you to feel good and wants you to feel fulfilled from within, you know, and not sad and stressed and upset. You know, they really are guiding you. I feel like this female in many ways wants you to be happy. Okay, so that's what we have there. Doesn't seem to sit right. Oh, here we go. Okay. It's like wondering, why is this one like sitting okay-ish and the other one isn't? It's just the way it is. It's strange. Okay. Right. What should we go to next? I really liked these cards, like a lot. I'm going to get more of them. Yeah. very similar to what I mentioned. Ooh, look at this. This really matches me today. We've got here, ta-da! Every single dress that sorry, not every single dress, every single reading I've done with this dress on has pointed towards something to do with ships and boats, and I was just like, oh, okay then. It's almost like it's speaking to me. So we've got here directions and journey. I feel here that I've really been directing you a lot throughout this reading. A lot of it has been guidance, I'm not going to lie. I know that some of you might be resistant to the guiding. You might be like, that's just BS, Moonlight. It's totally fine. Honestly, I'm not going to take offense to that, you know. It is your life after all, and you can choose what to do with it. I just feel here that, you know, there are things for your highest good that are going to come your way, but there are certain elements that are blocking it. So I've just been really trying to sort of direct you and give you guidance in regards to that, with tarot, with divination. But also the ship really does show that you are on this journey, and it has been rocky, but I really feel that you are going to go in the right direction. You are already on the right path and the right direction, especially if you're trying to figure out, like, am I really on the right path? The answer to that is yes. It's just that you have to make certain choices, and you can sometimes be indecisive because you just don't know whether something is going to take you in the right direction or the wrong direction, and you can get confused. You know, some of you can feel like you're stuck in triangles, or you're stuck between like two situations, two people, two things, and you just sometimes feel confused as to which direction to even go in, and it can just feel, you know, overwhelming. It can feel really frustrating. It can feel like I don't know what I'm doing, but you will make the right choice to go in the right direction, to have more abundance, joy, satisfaction. Things in your life will absolutely come together for you and progress for you, and you will have so much more fulfillment. That is something that I really do pick up on here and see very, very strongly. So you're going to make the right choices, I feel, especially after every piece and drop of information that I've given you in this reading. I think that you will make the right choice for yourself, and you will listen to yourself. And even if it's not completely what I said, I think that the choice that you make will take you in the right direction eventually anyways, you know, because even if you are resistant to it right now, maybe eventually in the future you'll realize like, oh, that maybe that isn't so good for me, you know. So that's what we have. We have horse, which is freedom and action. So I do feel that many of you will take action to free yourself and to have the kind of freedom and the joy and the love and the happiness that you truly do desire and deserve tremendously. So that is something that I am picking up on here. And then we also have as well flowers. So we've got romance and sweetness. I can't think about flowers without thinking about that Miley Cyrus song. It's just one of those things that keeps popping into my head. I'm going to try and just let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go. But here we go, okay? So I do feel here that there's a beautiful energy here of flowers, and I just feel that it shows that there's so much more sweetness and romance and genuine happiness that is going to bloom and blossom for you, that gives you so much happiness and joy, and it will be sweet. It's not going to be anxiety driven, it's not going to be frustrating, it's not going to be like, oh my god, what's going to happen, am I going to be okay, like, is this person really going to be there for me, like, oh my god, what if they like me today and they don't like me tomorrow? Like, no, people, it's going to be okay. It will be sweet, it will be blossoming and blooming, because you will be strong, this person will be strong, this person will be healthy, kind, generous, caring, and it will really allow things to come together in a really beautiful way. We've got here wolf, which means stunning and stealth. I just feel here that a lot of you right now are around people that are like this. You know, they're cunning, they're not very nice, or they're just really abrupt and rude because of how they have been treated, and they don't realize that they're treating you like this because of how they have been treated, and then it gets at you, it upsets you, it frustrates you, and it just does things to your energy, you know, that are just not nice. And right now you don't deserve that kind of energy. But what I will tell you, oh my god, I love this card. I don't think I've ever read this card before. It's called koi fishes. I have koi fishes in the garden. They are very abundant, I will tell you that. Apparently they're very lucky. So we got fish, okay? It says abundance and luck. So I should write like a little thing on like what is really lucky. Ships are very lucky, by the way. If you have ships, they should be coming in to the home, you know, like pointing in from a main doorway. That's very lucky. Koi fishes apparently are very lucky as well. Horseshoes are also very lucky as well, because you've got horse. That's really interesting. There are certain flowers that are also very lucky as well. It's interesting. There's a lot of very like lucky little things that you've actually got in your reading, which I think we're just picking up on now as well. But yeah, we're very, very lucky. This basically, abundance and luck basically means here, go with the flow, you know. I think the main thing here is flow with the waters. You have a lot more lucky things coming into your life, a lot more success, a lot more fulfillment, a lot more money, a lot more joy. And when I talk about abundance, it's also about the right kinds of people around you as well, who push you to be the greatest version of yourself. And when things aren't really going right, they're always there for you and kind towards you and caring towards you. And that is something that I really do see for you, that genuine people will be there around you and will be there to care for you and love you and respect you and admire you. And that's pretty powerful when you think about it, because that's kind of what you deserve, to be honest, right? You like deserve someone who's like actually very good for you. That's not the right card deck. I'm gonna use this. This is a positivity flip chart. Really great quotes, by the way. Every time I use this, it matches the reading. I don't know how it happens, but maybe it's something to do with my skills or luck, who knows. Okay, I like to think it's my skill, but speaking of which, actually, my like the testimonial that I just was incredible was the one I did for Cami Crawford. So she is very well known in the world of, I suppose, like Hollywood, Los Angeles. You know, she's like a presenter but a personality, and she came to me for a reading. She actually wanted me to be on her podcast the first time, and I said like, oh, I don't really do podcasts. And then she was like, can I buy a reading? I was like, sure. So she bought a reading with her own money. I did the reading for her, and then I think it was like 6 months later she came back to me, or 8 months later, and she was like, everything you said was true. I'd just completely given up, and everything I said for her was completely true. And she actually talked about it on her podcast, which someone else had actually told me about. And then I watched it and I was like, oh my god, yeah, everything I said for her was true. But this happens all the time. So yeah, anyways, that's one of my, like, the testimonials actually on my YouTube channel. But yeah, I guess it probably is skill, isn't it, at the end of the day? All right, so wow, look at this. The only people worth impressing are your 8-year-old self and your 80-year-old self. What did I say to you at the very beginning? You've got you, and that's your biggest gift, okay? The only person that you should really be impressing are these versions of yourself, okay? The only reason you should ever be looking back is to see how far you've come. You've got you, and that's the most incredible gift. If you only care about somebody else and you only care about how you look to them, you are codependent, okay? That means working on yourself to the point where you are no longer codependent and you feel independent within yourself, because codependency means that you constantly need validation from someone else because you have been lacking validation. So that's really important, you know, healing that as well. These are the only two people that you should be ever concerned about validating. Well, the only people, yeah. So that's what we have there. Let's go with another one. We've got, do something today that your future self will thank you for. It could be taking on board, you know, one of the principles from this reading, whether it's creating healthy boundaries, whether it's, you know, really looking out for yourself, loving yourself, doing something that makes you feel really good, like I mentioned as well. Like I did mention actually in the reading itself, do something that makes you feel good. Go listen to something, go walking, go, you know, doing something for you. I literally did mention this. So, boom. Ta-da. Let me know what you're going to do for yourself actually. Yeah, let me know in the comment section below. Also, if this reading so far has resonated with you or you claim it, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment down below. I know that it's a triggering reading. I know that it's a really heavy one. If you stay till the end, I think it's amazing, because it just goes to show you're strong enough to hear these messages and stay till the end, because a lot of the times people only want to hear what they want to hear, right? But you have stayed till the end knowing that it's difficult, it's challenging, but you've done it, but you've also done it for yourself. I think that's really amazing, actually. Yeah. Okay, so another one here is be patient with yourself. Nothing in nature blooms all year round. Exactly right. There's a shedding phase that always happens. There's time that it takes. Be patient with yourself. Be patient with yourself. The grass is greener where you water it. That is very, very true indeed. I love this green colour. That's really pretty. It's true. You might think the grass is greener on the other side. You might think the grass is greener where, you know, the people that you are running after are at. But actually, they are traumatized. They're sad. They're frustrated. They are not happy. They are not feeling good. You know, they don't probably want to be where they are at. And where you are at may not feel great either. It may feel horrible and sad and frustrating. But pick up the watering can. Pick up the watering can. Start watering the seeds that are in your hand, because you have seeds to make things happen with. This is not a life where you just have something come up to you on a platter and the universe is like, your life is like this, your life is like this, and only this. You have the ability in this lifetime to do lots of things. You do have free will. You know, to an extent, yes, everybody does have a destiny. And yes, there are certain things that will happen in that destiny. But in and around that, there are nuances. And those nuances means that you can change the course of little things here and there. You can also change your destiny to another degree, because life is like a web, okay? You choose one thing and it can take you in that direction. You choose another thing, it take you in that direction. And yes, it can all kind of come together in the end, but it's not completely linear. That's not what life is. You actually do have choices and options in life as well for how things happen and how things come together. So that's really important here. The grass is greener where you water it. I went on to the same one, which is do something today your future self will thank you for. That's a really big one, honestly. I spoke about that so much in the reading. I'm not even surprised that it, like, you know, came through. Is it just me, or are we opening the same ones over and over again? That's a bit of a synchronicity, isn't it? There we go. There's the one here about the only people worth impressing are your 8-year-old self and your 80-year-old self. Be afraid, then do it anyways. Okay? I know some of you are afraid of this path of setting boundaries with people who you just accept crumbs from. But honestly, you deserve so much better, and that's a choice for you to make, okay? You don't get stronger if you only do easy things. The right thing is not always the easy thing, okay? The easy thing is not always the right thing. Sometimes the right thing is the hardest thing. Sometimes the right thing is the right thing, okay? You don't get stronger if you only do easy things. Also, huge amounts of abundance don't always come your way when you only do the easy things. That's the other thing to keep in mind. The energy you put out is the energy you get back. That's very important. Remember I spoke about energy exchanges as well. Very, very true. So something to be mindful of, I guess, is the energy that you put out is also what you get back. The kinds of people you accept in your life is the kind of energy that they can project back onto you, and something we're seeing, okay? Don't compare yourself to others. There is no comparison between the sun and the moon. They both shine when it's their time. Exactly. They both shine when it's their time. Your affirmation for this reading is, I will shine in the right time. To be honest, I already feel like you're shining, to be honest. I don't really feel like that's a fair affirmation. I just feel here in so many ways that your affirmation is, I am abundant. Because you are abundant and things are going to come your way. They just are. So your affirmation for this is, I am abundant. Also, let me know what you're going to do for yourself today or in the next 24 hours, you know, because I'm aware that some of you might, you know, be going to sleep soon, or might have other things you need to do. You might be working, you might be, you know, I'm fully understanding that you are also a busy person. And actually, do you know what? I really want to say thank you for taking the time out to watch this reading, because it is an hour long. And when you think about it, right, you have 24 hours in a day, you sleep for some of those days, and then you're busy throughout other elements of those hours. So the fact that you did take out an hour of your time, or half an hour if you watch it on double speed, then that's really like an amazing thing. So I just want to say thank you as well, because I feel like I should say that. So yeah, you are abundant, and let me know what you're going to do for yourself, because I did, you know, mention that as well. But yeah, don't compare yourself to others, okay? Comparison is not going to help you, because you are you, and you are the greatest gift to yourself. And this is your reading, all right? So if this reading resonates with you, let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Check out the description box below for information on personal services, reading giveaway, intention items, all that good stuff. I also have TikTok and Instagram linked down below. Just make sure that you click on the right usernames, because there are lots of impersonation accounts, but that's me. You can find me there, and I'll see you all very soon, all right? And I'm also here as well. Don't forget to subscribe if you wanted to. Bye, everyone.